Hello, everybody. Hello. What is going on, everyone? Phil here live on the stream, the first new stream of the week. I hope you guys are excited for new stuff, right? For ongoing playthroughs, new playthroughs, great stuff, and the beginning of the hardcore gaming season. That is right, guys. We have already started last week with some new releases, and this week, basically things pick up in a big way. And it's going to be pretty busy for the next several months. And I hope you guys are ready, as usual, to head into the hardcore gaming season. All right? So today is Tuesday, September 3rd, 2019. Hello, everyone. What's up? How you doing? I hope you're doing well. I welcome you back from a day away. I was not streaming yesterday. It was my day off for the week after 6 straight days of streaming. And it was Labor Day in the United States. It was actually a national holiday. In particular, people who had like government jobs, bank jobs, had the day off. And I spent my day with my wife. It was very busy. We were out doing stuff, and there were so many people out because a lot of people had the day off. So it was a very, very busy day. But it was a fun day for us, okay? So I come back today with lots of stuff to talk about today on the stream. There's lots of updates, lots of things going on. So I will let you know right now what is happening. All right. So first of all, it's a new month. We are in September, as you guys know. And today, starting today here on Twitch, a lot of interesting, exciting stuff is going down. All right. First of all, it's the beginning of SUB-Tember. You know, you're saying, what the hell is SUB-Tember? Well, Twitch does this every once in a while. The month of September, a few promotions are running here on Twitch, all right, which I'd like to mention so you guys know what's going on. So first off, SUB-Tember means that this month, for the next 3 weeks starting today, okay, all subscriptions, new subscriptions, I should say, on Twitch are half price, okay? If you do not currently have a subscription to someone's channel and you want a subscription to their channel, it is half price for the next 3 weeks. So this is a good opportunity if you've been waiting to possibly subscribe to a channel. All right, if there's a good reason, I wonder if there's a good reason to subscribe. All right, half price is a pretty good reason. Another thing is if you want to gift subscriptions, as long as the subscription, you know, is not a continuation of a subscription, but it's a fresh new one, those are half price. Okay, so pretty cool in that regard. You know, they only do this usually 1 to 2 times a year. Usually it's September, and then they sometimes do it during Christmas month, December. So I say definitely take advantage, right? Take advantage while you have the chance, while you could do it for half price, especially with all the benefits that you get for being a subscriber to my channel. If you aren't aware, many different things, okay? Number one, you get access to a ton of emotes. Number two, you don't have to watch advertisements when I run them. And number three, you get a cool chat crown badge to show how long you've been a supporter, okay? So please consider subbing to the channel, all right? That's one awesome thing, all right? And then number two, I'm not exactly sure how this works because they didn't explain it in their email when they emailed last week about this, but it appears that this month, bits are going to be boosted for streamers. Now, how are they boosted? Again, I'm not sure because it wasn't fully explained in the email that they sent last week. But essentially what they were saying is when you cheer, that streamers are supposed to get 10% bonus bits for the next 3 weeks or whatever. I don't know if there's a cheer mode that you're supposed to use to enable that. When I say that, what I mean is previous months when there was bonus bits available for streamers, you had to use a certain cheer mode in order to do it. And they did mention that this month there's going to be a Subway sandwich cheer mode. That's right. So the company Subway has teamed up with Twitch for the next few weeks, and there's going to be Subway sandwich cheer modes on streams, all right? But I don't know how it works because they didn't, like I said, it wasn't really explained in the email. They said, yes, there'll be 10% bonus bits for all streamers, but they never explained how we get the 10% bonus bits. So I'm thinking there's some kind of a cheer mode you're supposed to use to enable it, but I'm not sure what. I'm sure we're going to find out more as, you know, the time progresses here. I'm sure people are going to figure it out and start doing it, all right? So just throwing that out there, first of all, if you're not subscribed, half-price subs. And number two, supposed to be some bonus, bonus bits for streamers. It's a great way to support a streamer that you like, is by cheering and giving them some bonus bits this month for free. But I'm not sure how that works. All right, so that's Sept. All right, number two, as you guys can see at the top of your screens, we're running a sub goal for this month. The subscriber goal on my channel here for the month of September is 575 subscribers. As you can see, we're down to around 530 or so. And that's perfectly fine. That's exactly what I expected would happen. As I told you guys, there were a lot of gifted subs over the last month, and they finally all expired. So, hey, ample opportunity here, guys. Ample opportunity. If you had a gifted sub, it expired, and you want to resub to get those benefits back, it's only half price. It's a no-brainer to do so, right? Excuse me. So, please consider subscribing to the channel. If we hit 575 subs, what are we doing? Well, the celebratory goal event is the Halloween Horror Marathon event. And if we hit the goal, there's going to be several levels of rewards. All right? The first reward... excuse me, man. Excuse me. The first reward is that we're going to be doing not only the Halloween Horror Marathon event on Halloween, where I'll be playing a series of horror-themed video games, as I usually do on Halloween. That's number one. But number two, you're going to be able to nominate and vote on the games that I'll be playing during said marathon, okay? That's pretty cool. To be able to control a marathon event that I'm going to be doing. And it'll be all horror-themed games. So, please consider subscribing this month just on that basis alone, okay? That's a pretty cool thing. However, there's even more than that going on. All right? You might be saying, well, what else is going on? Well, if we hit the sub goal for this month, in addition to you just nominating and voting for the horror-themed games that are going to happen, you're also going to be able to vote on the category of costume. Excuse me. We'll be able to vote on the category of costume that I'll be wearing during this Halloween Horror Marathon. So, categories will include things such as pop culture, comic book character, video game character, classic, Hollywood monster. Like, you're thinking like Dracula, the Mummy, Wolf, I almost said Wolfenstein, the Wolfman, etc. So, yes, you will be able to vote on the kind of costume that I'll be wearing during the marathon. All right, last year, you guys voted for pop culture, so I ended up dressing up as Bob Ross, and you guys really liked that, okay? So, it's going to be pretty good. And I hope that you guys will subscribe to the channel if you're not. I hope you'll resubscribe if you are. I hope that we can make this sub goal happen this month. All right, we have to hit 575 subs at any point by the end of the month to make that happen. Okay? Sound good? Dress as LTG. Oh boy. I don't know how I would do that. So that's the deal. Number one, it's Sept. All new subscriptions are half price. Number two, at some point we're gonna figure out how on earth we get those bonus bits. I'm not sure how to do it, but there's gonna be like Subway Sandwich cheer motes in the stream chat. Okay, that's cool. And then number three, the monthly goal for the month is now set up, 575 subs for the Halloween Horror Marathon event. You'll be able to nominate and vote on horror-themed games, as well as the category of costume I'll wear during the event, okay? So, I hope you guys are excited. And I hope that you guys will check this out. All this fun stuff going on during the month of September, alright? Now, in addition to that, alright, I have an update regarding this week's schedule. I wish that I had a definitive 100% update. I don't yet, which is really annoying. So allow me to explain. First of all, guys, this week is a weird week because I have Friday off from streaming. I know that's weird because normally if I take a day off, I'm not taking a day off again right away. It's just out of the ordinary for sure. Okay? So the reason for that is because Friday is Kat's birthday. Kat and I are going to be celebrating her birthday together. And because of that, I need to have some time away from streaming for that day. So that's why. Alright? So I'm going to be streaming 3 straight days, then have Friday off. And then I believe I'm going to be streaming 5 straight days. It's going to be Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday will be my next day off after that. Okay? So that's the deal with the schedule. Now, there's also something weird going on Thursday. Alright? I'd love to be here today, tomorrow, and Thursday all day long streaming. However, because of something that's going on in my condo association, basically there's stuff that's going on with maintenance, okay? And they tried to schedule to have this maintenance happen, and I scheduled, okay, let's do it a night stream. That would be fine. Just missing a night stream is not a big deal for me to be here for the maintenance. So, scheduled it for this Thursday night. Now I get notice, oh, it might not happen. It may get rescheduled. And I'm like, well, I need to know. I need to tell my viewers what's going on with my work so I can tell them am I working or not, what's going on. I wait all weekend, I get no update. So then I just emailed them this morning saying, it's been like, 5 days and you guys haven't updated and I need to know what's going on. I need to know if I can work or not. And they said, well, the company was off for Labor Day this weekend, so we have no idea. Like, it's 2 days away. It's kind of a big deal if I need to know if I could be here or not, if I need to work or not. And I hate to say it, but if a maintenance company cannot give you a definitive answer after this much waiting, then maybe we shouldn't be using that maintenance company. I'm just saying, maybe we should find a better one. But it's not my choice. So, anyway, I would love to say, for the next 3 days, I'm going to be here streaming full-time. I want to be here for the next 3 days streaming full-time. And I even know exactly what I would do every stream if I were here for the next 3 days. But I don't know if I'm going to be, because I don't know what's going to happen Thursday night, okay? So what I can tell you is what I want to do, and then it may not work out this way, alright? So, here's the deal. Today, we're resuming my Grand Theft Auto 4 playthrough, alright? I've not played this now in over a week, because last week we were so busy with new releases. We had Control first, and then later on in the week we had the 2 horror games, Man of Medan and Blair Witch, both of which I'm still playing, by the way. So because of that, I was away from my Grand Theft Auto 4 playthrough. And some people were very upset, because they said, man, I really like this playthrough. I wish we'll just continue playing it, non-stop. To which I said, me too. I like Grand Theft Auto 4. I'm having a lot of fun with it, but we all knew it was a downtime playthrough for when there wasn't new releases, okay? So, we resume that today. We'll be playing 4+ hours of Grand Theft Auto 4 on the stream today. Alright, I hope you guys are excited for that. I am excited for that. Hopefully it goes well. Then, tonight, we're going to be finishing up on the late stream, Man of Medan. Basically, I've got about another hour to an hour and a half left in the game. It's my second run where we're doing all the alternate choices. And in this run now, I've got all the characters alive, including Brad and Conrad, who were not involved in all the antics on the ship the first time around. So because I'm doing all these alternate choices, the game is dramatically changing. And what I would like to see is, how does it change big time with these characters involved now? Can I save them all? Because there's actually a trophy you get, for saving all the characters. And the first time around, 2 of them died. So it didn't work out so well. I'm hoping for a better outcome this time, okay? So, yeah, that's going to be the late stream tonight. It's going to be the conclusion of Man of Medan. Alright, I hope you guys will be here tonight if you've been liking the Man of Medan gameplay and then the playthrough. It's been pretty good, in my opinion. Tomorrow, the schedule's shifting a little bit from what I originally had planned. Okay, so tomorrow, the main gameplay stream of tomorrow is going to be Blair Witch, and we're going to try to finish up the game. From a few people who've beaten it, they told me I have about between 3 to 4 hours left in the game to finish it. And that would be perfect for a main gameplay stream to wrap it up. So that way Blair Witch is done. Alright, so that's going to be the main gameplay stream tomorrow. We're going to try to finish up Blair Witch. Then tomorrow night, okay, which is Wednesday night, I'm going to be doing the conclusion of Judgment. I totally almost forgot about beating this game. I'm serious. I almost forgot that we're at the very end of Judgment. And it would really suck if I have this cliffhanger ending lasting for weeks and weeks and I don't do it. So tomorrow night, we're going to finish up Judgment. Alright? Finally. Finally. I know many of you have waited. Many weeks you've awaited the conclusion of Judgment, and we're finally going to get it tomorrow night, okay? So, that's Wednesday. Now, Thursday is up in the air. If I'm here all day Thursday, here's what I would like to do, okay? Thursday during the daytime, I would like to do a major stream of Control. This is a game that I'm pretty heavily into now. I've played it for 12 hours. I'm not even near the end. People are saying you've got at least 1 to 2 sessions left before you beat it, especially if I check out a lot of the side content, which is now unlocking itself because I've gotten the hover ability that lets you get to a lot of the side content in the game, okay? So, yeah, we're going to be checking out more of Control as the main gameplay stream on Thursday, alright? Now, Thursday night, if I'm here, we're going to be trying Gears of War 5 because I have the Microsoft Ultimate Xbox Game Pass, whatever the hell you want to call it, the one that has like every feature, and because I have that, Gears of War 5 releases early. Now, it's supposed to release on Friday, however, they're actually releasing it even earlier. They were going to release it Thursday night. So as long as I'm here, Thursday night, we're going to have a 2-hour premiere stream of Gears of War 5. We're going to see exactly what the game is, because they've really been advertising the hell out of the game lately, especially on social media. I've been seeing a ton about it, saying the game is way different than Gears 4. They've added open world segments. They've really revamped the game itself to make it something different and revolutionary, and everyone's hoping it's going to be really good. So we're going to find out on Thursday night if I'm here, all right? If I'm not here Thursday night, then there's just no stream Thursday night. So if the maintenance is happening and I need to be here, then sadly I can't stream. So we'll see what happens, all right? So, in review, today, Grand Theft Auto 4 and the conclusion of Man of Medan. Tomorrow, we've got 2 conclusions, Blair Witch and Judgment. Then on Thursday, we've got a major stream of Control, and if I can be here Thursday night, the beginning of Gears of War 5. All right? Friday, I'll be off. No live stream on Friday. I'll be back on Saturday. Saturday, I will be continuing on with Gears of War 5. So another 4+ hour gameplay stream of Gears of War 5 on Saturday. Saturday night, I am probably going to do my Black Ops 4 Blackout stream for the week. Since I wouldn't have been able to do it earlier in the week, we're probably going to do it Saturday night. Alright, then on Sunday will be up in the air. I can either do more Control, or if people are liking Gears 5, then we'll do Gears 5 again. And at that point, I don't know if I'll be doing more campaign, or if we'll be doing some multiplayer, because I know people are going to want me to play the multiplayer of the game too during launch week. So we'll see what people are asking for. So Sunday's up in the air. And then Sunday night, alright, I'll be doing my weekly Minecraft chill stream. Alright, so that'll be Sunday. Finally, the weekly Minecraft chill session. And those who saw the session last week know why I'm sighing. Let's just put it this way. This week I got to do something in the game that's really stupid. But I committed that every week, whoever has the top contribution will get to make a request in the game. And so I have to do a really stupid request this coming Sunday. Okay? So yeah, that'll be exciting. It's very exciting, I'm sure. Right? So, then next week, like I said, I'm streaming all week until Thursday. So I'll still be here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. What will I be streaming those days? I don't really know yet. And I don't want to promise you guys what I'm doing yet until we see how far we are and everything, right? So I'll still be here, after the weekend. Monday's not my day off. It's going to be Thursday of next week. So more info on that as we get closer. Okay, guys? Now, I'd also like to remind all of you to please nominate your favorite moments from my 11 years as a content creator over in the appropriate thread over on my website, thekingofhate.com forums. Reason being, we need to get lots of nominations so that we can do a fun retrospective event later on this month. All right, the more nominations we get, the better the event is. We need way more. All right, last time I checked, there was a good amount, but we need more. We need more nominations. Okay, guys, the more the better. The more nominations, the better the event is. Go to thekingofhate.com, go to the forums, the general section. The thread is right there. Retrospective event nominations, please post up. All right? Anything's eligible, including gameplay, including vlogs, including game reviews, including ongoing series that I used to do. Like, there's so much that could be nominated, and we could review, watch back together in this retrospective event. Okay. So please do so. All right. All right. Fair enough. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else I need to cover before we hit the next section of the stream. I'm really trying to remember. Man. Is there anything else going on right now? Quite frankly, there's not that much, I don't think, else to mention. So I think we're just going to go right to the next section. Okay, guys? Fair enough? All right, so the next section of my pre-stream is the gratuitous plugs, just to forewarn all of you, all right? And I'm not going to go into massive detail about them, quite frankly. I'm not. What I'm going to do is I'm going to say thank you very much to everyone who is a patron, first of all, in the month of August. FYI, by now, all of the pledges should have cleared. The thing is, I was off, so I didn't have a chance to check. So either tonight or tomorrow at the latest, I'm going to check patreon.com, and I'm going to make sure that all of the pledges cleared and everything's good, and then I'm going to send out the messages so that you guys can get your perks, all right? I apologize. Yesterday was my day off. It was just bad timing that I wasn't able to do that because normally I would be right on top of that for the month, but since I was off, I wasn't able to do it. And today, Kat is home, and we do stuff together. The days that a rare day when she's not working, we try to get stuff done and do stuff together. So I will be looking into that tomorrow, okay, patrons? But anyway, please check out patreon.com/darksidephil, guys. Your monthly pledges to my Patreon campaign help me out big time, and you guys get some cool personal perks for being patrons. All right, I'm not going to go into details, all listed there. Give it a look. Patreon.com/darksidephil. I have a Teespring store where I sell merchandise, primarily t-shirts, but there's other stuff on there too. And anything you buy from the store helps me out, so please give that a look. That's teespring.com/stores/DSPGaming. If you're here live on the stream, if you cheer, sub, or tip during the stream, it helps me out, and you get a shout out during the stream for your contributions. Okay, it's a cool way to get involved on the stream in a positive way, and also to get recognition. Okay. Now, please understand that if you cheer, sub, or tip, I'm going to do my best to give you a shout out right away. Sometimes I can't do it right away because there's something going on in the game or whatever, but I'll do my best, to give credit and to give you guys recognition. However, please understand that there are some things that I have to follow being a Twitch streamer, including Twitch's terms of service rules. So there's certain things I can't say and do on stream. If you're trying to get me to say and do stuff on stream via a shout out that I can't do, more than likely, you're not going to get any shout out at all. All right, that's number one. Number two, I try to maintain a certain kind of vibe on my streams that maintains positivity. That means that we're not going to bring up argumentative topics like politics and religion in general, because every time I do, people get angry at each other and argue, and it's not the vibe I want for my stream. In addition, that also means I'm not going to be bringing up negative stuff like toxicity, insults, addressing people who are slandering me or stealing my content. There's a lot of stuff that, is negative out there, and we don't want any of that crap to permeate the stream at all, okay? The whole point of you coming to a gameplay stream like mine is you want to relax, you want to have some fun, you want to chill and hang out with me, see my honest reactions to a game, maybe do some interactions with me, right? And also talk to people in the stream chat and have a good fun time. You don't want to come in here and immediately have drama and arguments and insults and all kinds of shit. Bottom line is you probably have a ton of that kind of stuff in your real life. Why do you want that on a stream where you're trying to relax, right? So that's why I try to keep that crap out of my streams, okay? All right, hold on one second, guys. It's bottle crunch time. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Always got to forewarn you guys when I'm going to bottle crunch, okay? All right, so that's the deal, guys. I appreciate all contributions. I should say this up front as well. Contributions are very appreciated. Contributions keep stuff going. I am a full-time streamer, and I rely primarily on your contributions during live streams to keep stuff going. That's just very matter of fact. However, please understand that although contributions are greatly appreciated, they are not mandatory. If you're here just to hang out and have fun and you cannot contribute, that's perfectly fine. Understand that. I'm happy that people just care about coming by and hanging out with me and sharing my gameplay experiences on a daily basis with me and chilling and just having some fun conversation. That's what it's all about. It's amazing that after 11 years of doing this, that I still found a way to be able to do it and that people love it, okay? I'm grateful for that, too. So understand, if you could just hang out but you can't contribute, that's fine. But understand also, if you can contribute, thank you very much, because that is how stuff keeps going around here. Okay? Fair enough? Alright. Now, the only thing that I want to say before we get on to the next segment is, please, guys, if you can today, if you are going to contribute, you're thinking of contributing possibly, right? And you're wondering, gee, I wonder, how should I contribute to help fill the most? The honest to God way, the best way, is by tipping me. All right? Tipping me right now is helping me twofold. First of all, when you tip me, I get those funds right away, and it allows me to put towards things that I need to put them towards. If you cheer or sub, those also benefit me. Don't get me wrong. In a big way, they help. But cheering and subbing are things that have some processing time before I get any positive benefit out of them. All right? Tipping, I get right now. All right? So please consider tipping if at all you can, just on that sole reason. But the other reason is, this month, we're going to have several new release games coming out that I'm going to be purchasing and playing. All right? And in addition to that, I've got some crazy bills due right now. Like, no lie, all my bills are coming due and being cleared right now. And I really need your help in that regard. Your tips right now, 100% of all of your tips that are coming in are going straight to bills. All right? And they have been the past week, and more going. All right? More right out the door. So please consider tipping me if at all you can. I appreciate those who go above and beyond and tip me during the streams. You guys are helping me out tremendously. All right? Now, there's two ways you can tip. If you look below the stream, there's a tips jar button that you can click on. Or you could type !tip into the stream chat. Either way, we'll bring up the link to my PayPal tips page where you can leave either a name and a message, or you could be anonymous. Maybe you're worried, man, if I support a streamer and maybe a troll will come after me or something. You could just put other information and you don't have to put your real name there, and that'll prevent any kind of shenanigans from going on, okay? Excuse me. Also, you do not need a PayPal account to tip me. There's a link there where it says you can pay with a credit card or debit card, much like any other transaction on the internet. You can be fully anonymous in that regard as well, so you don't need to have a registered PayPal account if you find that's a hassle. Please consider tipping me. It helps, tons. It really does, and I really need this help right now. Basically, until I get paid by Twitch this month, which typically happens around the middle of the month, around the 15th, I'm in dire straits of running out of money and not being able to pay my bills. So your tips are helping me tremendously right now. Please consider it. Okay, guys? All right. Now, for the final segment of the pre-stream, it is time for us to move on to the shout-outs for those who have contributed so far. All right? So we actually will look back here during the downtime, meaning the day off that I had. And we actually start off with Naysayer99, who subscribed to the channel when I wasn't even here. Thank you, Naysayer, for that subscription. That is appreciated. And then Golden Colts actually did several different 100-bit cheers. So thank you, Golden Colts, for the cheering while I was not here as well. That is always much appreciated. That any of you even keep me in mind when I'm not here live on the broadcast is pretty damned amazing that you guys actually think of me. So thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. Moving on. Yesterday we had a subscription from Joker796. Thank you, Joker, for the sub. And also Dacky Smurf subscribed to the channel. So thank you, Dacky Smurf, for the sub. And then Golden Colts actually did another 100-bit cheer. Thank you, Golden Colts. And then Necro Wow also subscribed to the channel. Pretty awesome. Then we had some more cheers. All right, holy crap. All right, so these cheers coming up are all from Nihilistic Wishlist. Okay, just to clarify, Nihilistic Wishlist, bleh. And Nihilistic Wishlist said the following. He says, in the first cheer, I think it would be cool if you did a podcast every quarter where you reflect on the games and happenings of the previous few months, and then you'll talk about what's coming up in the next few months. Kind of like the Week in Preview used to do, or a pre-stream, only on a larger scale. If you did one now, you can talk all about the new releases that are going to be coming up for the hardcore gaming season and what they're about to help, what they are to help build the anticipation, as well as maybe announce some special events such as the Halloween or Christmas events that are coming up. Okay? Then Nihilistic Goldfish cheered again, and he said, I would also help gauge interest from the fans ahead of time to see what people are looking forward to the most and the least. You could also let fans suggest games and ideas during the podcast, and you can bring up any games or ideas that you're unsure about and want feedback on, and see if anyone would be interested. I think this could add a major amount of interactivity to the stream and help keep fans in the know on a larger scale, and I hope you consider the idea. Keep it up. All right, well, first of all, thank you for the cheers, and thank you for the suggestion. All right? So, first of all, I'm definitely going to consider it. I'm not going to shut it down or anything at all. I think that it's actually a solid idea because it's something that I used to do. All right? So, some background for those of you, all right, who maybe have not been around for a long time, and you don't know much about my history as a content creator on the internet, and you're not aware of how I do things or why I do things, all right? I used to be a full-time YouTuber. I did not live stream at all, right? And then I adopted live streaming, and when I did, I basically did it just as fan service. I wasn't doing it because, I wanted to interact with my viewing audience, or I felt that it added anything. Instead, it was quite the opposite. I felt that the live streaming aspect was kind of silly, because I was so used to making videos just for YouTube in an offline capacity. Meaning, I would be in my condo, sitting in front of my TV by myself, trying to figure out live commentary constantly to entertain an audience, and I would have no interactivity whatsoever because there was no live viewers. It was just me doing it offline, okay? And quite frankly, I liked doing it. I did it for about 6 years that way, and I did like doing it, but I'll be honest, I kind of got burnt out on it, and it became more increasingly difficult to entertain an audience when it was all about me always coming up with some kind of commentary to entertain you. Especially the worst part was during downtimes or boring times during certain games. And because there was no stream audience to interact with and have that interactivity, it would be like trying to fill boring grinding or dead air. And essentially what it did, it made certain game types completely unplayable for me. Like, good luck trying to do a long drawn-out RPG with a ton of grinding in it when you're just talking to yourself, all right? There's only so much you can do. So, yes, that is correct. That is where the YouTube mode meme has come from. When people say Phil enters YouTube mode, it essentially means for a couple minutes I'm acting as if I'm only talking directly to the YouTube audience rather than the live streaming audience. Because I used to do that all the time. I was even streaming and I would ignore my streaming audience, okay? Now, when I used to be this full-time YouTuber style, all right, essentially what happened was I didn't have any interactivity with my audience directly at all. And so what people would want is every once in a while, they would want me to do a podcast. They would want me to do a show where I talked directly to the audience, okay? And so it was very different than my normal content where I'd be offline and not paying attention to anyone online on a stream. So when I did the special podcasts, that's exactly what they were. They were very special. They were different from my normal style of content because they were kind of the exception to the rule of what I would do. And I had a podcast. It was called Hate Live, and I did it usually every few months, at least every 2 to 3 months I would run one of these, and it would be fun, interactive stuff. And absolutely what Nihilistic Goldfish has described is exactly what I would do. I would run down all the games that I'd played recently and let you know what I thought. Then I would go ahead and talk about the games that were coming up that I was interested in. I would go through all kinds of news and things. I would tell you about behind-the-scenes stuff going on in my life. Essentially, that was the time for me to kind of just have like a fun, chill session with everyone. And it was very different than everything else that I did. Now, what ended up happening was 2.5 years ago, I stopped being a full-time YouTuber because YouTube had this major issue where all the ad revenue basically left the site. Major advertisers quit, and because of that, it was not possible anymore for someone like me to make a living just doing YouTube videos. So I said, man, I got to mix this up. I got to do something innovative and different. I'm going to become a full-time live streamer. And I did, and it worked out very well, and the rest is history, because if I didn't do that, I'd be gone, all right? So now every single day we do this pre-stream where I interact with all of you and we talk and we have fun. During gameplay live streams we talk, and then I even have certain game streams set up called chill streams that are more about our interactivity with each other than they are about me actually playing the game at all. You know, games like Minecraft, Black Ops 4 Blackout would be prime examples of that, okay? So, that being said, that's why podcasts like what Nihilistic Goldfish is suggesting went away. Essentially, every day became that podcast. Why do I have to do a dedicated podcast where we talk about stuff when we talk about stuff every day, right? Now, two things happened when this change happened. First of all, I noticed a lot more people come and just hang out with me as regulars on the streams now because they realize, man, you know, we're part of the crew. We can hang out, talk every day about certain topics, and it's really fun. And I'll tell you, like I said before, I love streaming way more than I ever liked doing offline videos on YouTube. Just being very honest with all of you. I'd like doing this more than the old style that I used to do. I find it way more entertaining, and I think that we get a lot more out of it. It feels like it's more meaningful than just sitting around playing games by myself. But the other thing I've noticed is that for those people who cannot be here on the live streams every day, there's been a major disconnect. Because if you can't be here on the live stream every day, you're not listening to the pre-stream every day. You're not hearing the interactions I'm having in all the gameplay all day. And so people are missing out on a lot of things. And then people come and ask the same questions over and over and over because they don't realize they've already been answered. And essentially, when I used to do the podcast, you know, that was the go-to video. That was the go-to thing to watch if you wanted to get questions answered or find out my opinions on stuff. Now, who knows? Like, I'll still give you my opinions, but who knows when I'm going to do it? Will it be during a random game? Will it be during a pre-stream? You know, when would that happen, right? So, for what Nihilistic Goldfish is suggesting, there may be some good value there. And it may not be value for you guys who are here on live streams every day, but it may be for the people who watch me on demand on YouTube and who cannot be here every day for the streams. They might get some good value out of, say, a podcast every 3 months where I review the games I've played, I talk about the games coming up and any other things in my life, it changes or any plans or whatever. It may make sense to do something like that, okay? I think I like this idea. I just hope that you guys who are here every day for the live streams would be okay with it. Because some of you might say, man, I knew all this. Everything Phil's talking about right now, I know because I'm here on the streams every day. It's like, yeah, that's true, but you have to understand that if I did this podcast, that it wouldn't necessarily be for you. I'm not doing it for you. I'm doing it for the people who aren't here every day. You see what I mean? So, I will take your suggestion, Nihilistic Goldfish. I will consider it. I'll be very honest here. I don't think now would be a good time to do it. I think instituting a change like this now wouldn't make much sense. We're already heading into the busy gaming season. So, maybe not now, but here's what I would say. This sounds like a very positive and good thing that I could do starting next year. Like maybe in either end of December or early January, we do this podcast to start things fresh and say, okay, you know, every 3 months, I'm going to do one of these podcasts to lead into the next season, right? So maybe one in January, one in April, one in July, one in October, right? Or maybe we'll just do it pertinent to the season. So maybe I do one in January, and then we do one at some point during the spring. Then we do one like early to mid-summer, and then we do one right before the fall to kind of cover all the major gaming seasons of the year. I think this would be a good idea, actually. I do. So, let's put it at this. If you could remind me, Nihilistic Goldfish, wait, what? It was wish list? What? Oh my god, you're right. I was saying this wrong the whole time. It was Nihilistic Wish List, not Nihilistic Goldfish. Alright, can you guys understand why this is confusing? This is why 100 baby men is bad. This is why people copying each other's names is bad. Because I'm going to attribute things to the wrong people because your names are too similar. Right? So please, what I would say is stop doing this. I'm serious. Stop making baby man names. Stop copying other people's names. All it's going to do is cause confusion. For the past 15 minutes, was responding to the wrong person. It was actually Nihilistic Wish List. who asked this, not Nihilistic Goldfish. Okay? But anyway, Nihilistic Wish List, I think you have a good idea. I think it's valid. What I would say is please remind me of this idea, say sometime in December or January, when it would make a lot of sense for us to be doing said podcast, and I will probably do it. I'll do one. We'll start the year off with a good, kind of a year in summary and then a year in preview kind of a podcast. We can talk about the best and worst things that happened in 2019 and then talk about the future 2020. I think that would be really awesome. Okay? So that's a great idea, but let's do it early on in the year, because right now I'm going to be so busy with all these new releases and everything coming up. I know I'm not going to have time to do it. Plus, it's not going to make sense to do it now when we're already jumping into the season head first. Okay? Fair enough? All right, thank you. Now let's move on to people who contributed during today's actual live stream. And the first contribution that came in was from Atlas Telemon, who did a 100-bit cheer. And let's first of all get him up on the leaderboard before we even read what he said, okay? Because I want to get him up before I get sidetracked here. $100-bit cheer. Okay, so Atlas Telemon asked the following: if money was no issue, what a scenario that is. If money was no issue, that's like never gonna happen, right? But anyway, if money was no issue, what is your ideal fight stick for Street Fighter? Would you buy one of the shelf-made or want to make one of your own? What size, parts, brands, and why? Well, Atlas Telemon, if you asked me this 10 years ago, I would have had a really good answer, and I would have been very pertinent and very in the know. Because 10 years ago, I used to make joysticks. All right? First of all, I always play with Japanese-style parts now. When I was growing up, I always played in American arcades with American-style parts, and that was fine until I found out that competitively, playing on the Japanese-style buttons and the Japanese-style joysticks, they're actually way more responsive than the American style. They just are. It's true. So I would always choose to play on the Japanese-style controls versus the American. That means convex, not concave buttons, and that means these smaller, shorter style ball top joysticks that are easy to fit into your hand and you can do faster reactions than the longer style, elongated, weird, kind of really tall joysticks that the American style used to use. Okay? So, there you go. That's number one. Number two, buttons, or excuse me, like company parts, I couldn't answer. I remember that there were two different ones that I used to use, Sanwa and Famitsu. Sanwa buttons were lighter and basically had a really interesting response where you could tap them. They were so sensitive, you could accidentally tap them and get button inputs without even fully depressing the button sometimes. Some people really like that. It's kind of like a hair trigger, and some people really like that for tournament play because they want that response immediately. Other people think that the Sanwa buttons are a bit too touchy, and they prefer Famitsu buttons. Now, Famitsu buttons actually have a unique clicking feature to them. When you press them, they feel like they're clicking inwards, and that gives you kind of a different feel than the Sanwa buttons that are basically very, very gentle. And the thing is, some people will attest to one thing being better, and some people will attest to the other being better. I can't answer that. I've used both. I think they're both decent, so I don't know. Now, the thing is, these are answers for 10 years ago. I haven't built a joystick since the dawn of Street Fighter 4. If you remember, when Street Fighter 4 first came out, I started making custom joysticks. I made a Blanca one, an Akuma one. I had this really amazing looking, what was it? Well, I had different ones. I had these different, like I had a DJ, and a certain character specific joysticks that I had made. Okay. And I was selling those online for big money and stuff. Like, I sold quite a bit of those joysticks for big money online. So back then, I liked making my own sticks. But, now, I definitely wouldn't be buying parts and building a joystick anymore from scratch. I'm so out of practice, I wouldn't even know what's good at this point. So it would be pretty stupid for me to try to do it. Like I said, 10 years away is a big deal. I'm sure there's all different companies that are making the parts now and everything. So, the one that I own is a Hori Real Arcade Pro 4. They don't even make that anymore. Now I think they have like the Hori Real Arcade Pro Kai or something like that. It's the new version. It's a pretty good joystick. I mean, every once in a while I have an issue with it. I think in general it served me well. You know, I bought it for the launch of Street Fighter V, which is a huge joke, so then I ended up not using it for a while. But then I've used it for pretty much every other fighting game since then, except the NetherRealm games. The NetherRealm games I tend to use pad, but a lot of other fighting games like Tekken, excuse me, and Soul Calibur and other stuff, I tried to use the stick. You know, so it's good. It's a good joystick in my opinion. I really like the Hori brand joysticks. Are pretty good. But outside of that, again, I couldn't even tell you. I know there's a bunch more now. Like, I know for a fact that there are other companies that make these sticks. But I couldn't tell you a single thing about the quality or anything because I'm so out of touch with it. Because I haven't, first of all, I haven't played any fighting games competitively in quite a long time. So it would just be, you know, oh, this stick's more reactive than this one. I couldn't even tell you. I don't even play competitively, so I wouldn't even know. I haven't played different ones, or I wouldn't be able to compare them. You know, it would be pretty silly and, I would say presumptuous of me to try to act like I have any kind of an educated opinion when I don't. All right, so please understand that. But you know, Hori is the company that I've used and I like. But I would definitely buy my own pre-made. I definitely would not be looking to make my own joystick at this point because I don't know much about it anymore. Okay. Okay. Stable Genius 123 resubscribed for 4 months. Thank you, Stable Genius, for the resub. Fly Eagles Fly resub for 30 months. And he says, you've probably been asked this a few times, but it'd be great to see you play Catherine again. I'm not playing Catherine again. I've answered this about 1,000,000 times. You're absolutely right, Fly Eagles Fly. I have zero interest in the game. Like, let me put it this way. When I first played Catherine years and years ago, I did not like the puzzle gameplay of it at all. I was very turned off by it. I was confused by it, running up these pyramids of blocks with sheep puzzles and shit. It was a very odd game. The core gameplay of the game wasn't very interesting to me. It was more confusing and frustrating than anything else. What interested me was the plot, because that was the very first game ever that for YouTube, when I played it, had an anime style to it. You know, playing that game felt like you were watching this dramatic anime, and you didn't know what was going to happen. There were demons and stuff in it, and you didn't know what was going on. It was like this element of mystery to it, and I really liked that about the game. I felt that it was unique and interesting because it was the first. Remember, the cutscenes look just like Persona, because it's made by the same company as Persona. So that's what I really liked about the game, was the plot. Okay, and that was really fun. But I don't want to go play it again. I'll be honest, like, I hate the gameplay. I know it's going to be tedious, grindy, boring, annoying to me. And I already know the plot, because I already played it. So, I have seeing the same plot a second time, meh. And I don't like the gameplay. I have zero desire to go back and play it, okay? So, thanks for asking. You're not the first person, but no, I'm not going to be playing this Catherine remaster. For people who didn't play it originally, sure, check it out. But for me, that's a no. Continuing on, Anthropomorphic Crab has resubbed for 7 straight months and says, hello, Phil, long time no see. Have you seen any rogue crabs in the chat? I'll try to make sure they're being positive. P.S. Does Jasper like crabs, can you ask? Well, first of all, no, I haven't seen any crabs except for you. I haven't seen any crabs at all in the chat. So you're pretty much the only crab. As an anthropomorphic crab, you might be happy about that, since you are a humanoid crab, like the crab people in South Park, right? Now, as for Jasper, I can answer that question for you. He does like crab, because there's been a few food types that we've tried that have crab in it, and he's eaten it. He likes it. Jasper prefers fish. He'll eat things like chicken and beef, but he actually prefers fish. So when we get him food, we look for different kinds of fish, and he's eaten a lot of different fish, crab being one of them. All right, so yes, he does like crab, to answer your question. But he eats it, so you might want to stay away from him, because I think he found it absolutely delicious. Continuing on, Darth Tonius did 100-bit cheer. He says, real talk, Phil. Can you chill in with the lean-in clear throat? It doesn't sound good, and by the way, Chad agrees with me. That's great, but no. If I need to clear my throat, I will. Especially since, as you notice, since I cleared my throat, now I can actually talk constantly and not have problems. So it made sense for me to do so. As disgusting as it sounded to you, it was a necessary evil. Alright? Sorry about that, but that's just life. So there you go. All right, continuing on. Darth Tony has cheered again. He said, "Happy birthday, Kath." Her name is not Kath. Her name is Kat, and her birthday is this Friday. Thank you for the birthday wish. I will let her know. I'll pass it along. The last Rambo did 100-bit cheers, and why not do a debut stream of a video game review? That way you will get contributions and some questions after your review to discuss it. I really miss your reviews and still watch them. Because Last Rambo, as I've said many times, and I'll say it again, I had to change up my content style 2.5 years ago, and when I did, essentially, I stopped doing reviews because it doesn't match my content style. I am now a live streamer that has interactivity constantly. I am not a person creating content exclusively for YouTube. Alright? If you're watching my live stream of a video game, when I finish a video game, alright, I actually can't kind of give a mini review of it while the credits are rolling. I'll tell you exactly how I felt about the game and give you like a summary of, you know, my thoughts. In particular, tonight I'm finishing Man of Medan, and I'll be doing that. Tomorrow, Blair Witch and Judgment I'll be finishing, and I'll tell you my overall thoughts in the credits. Now, do I give number scores? No, not really. And you know what? I'll be honest with you. I'm actually happy I don't. Because when I had to do number scores back in the day, I was very pressured to give certain kinds of scores to certain kinds of games. And it's funny because at any time you could review a game and give it a number score, but then later on you could play a game that's better, and then you're like, man, maybe that game shouldn't have been scored when I scored it, right? So there's these variables. There's these variables that are involved in game reviews. And even though I agree with you that people liked my game reviews, and I agree with you that I feel that I did put out good game reviews, I think that era has passed, and the only people you can blame is YouTube. It's YouTube's fault. When I was able to put a lot of effort and time into these reviews and do them in depth, and put out a good product, and people liked it on YouTube, and it got views, and it was popular. And then YouTube decided, in all of their wisdom, they decided to demonetize videos. They decided to ruin the website by losing all the advertisements, and essentially there's no point in me doing those edited reviews anymore. Now, I could do an on-the-fly review, but I don't really have time to do it. I'm always trying to put out an entertaining gameplay stream. We're going to take an hour off of a stream now to do a review of a game I beat the day before. You see, it doesn't make sense. So, I hear you, Last Rambo. I understand a lot of people miss the old-style reviews I used to do, but those days are gone, all right? Also, here's a little added bonus of me not doing the reviews anymore. At the end of the year, as you guys know, I do my Game of the Year Award Countdown, where I do the worst and best games of the year. And because I'm not reviewing games all year long, you guys have no idea what order of games I'm going to give for my Game of the Year Awards. It always used to be, well, I like Phil's Game of the Year Awards, but essentially we always know what it's going to be, right? Because he's already reviewed these games. We know the scores. And because we know the scores he gave them, we know what the Game of the Year is before we even hit the Game of the Year Awards. Now, because I'm not doing that, you have no idea at the end of the year what's going to be in my top 10 games of the year at all. Right now, I wonder if you guys would even know what would be in my top 10. Or do you guys know what would be in my most disappointing games of the year countdown, right? If you watch every single live stream, you probably do. But, you see, like, it's more exciting this way, I think. So, I guess that's the truth of the matter. All right? Let's continue on. Brian Too Clean has subscribed to the channel. Thank you, Brian Too Clean, for the subscription. I appreciate that. Vash 7342 cheered and said happy Sept-Tember. Yes, thank you, Vash. Happy Sept-Tember to you. Hopefully, Sept-Tember convinces some people to subscribe who normally wouldn't, since subscriptions are half price for newcomers all month long. Thank you very much, Vash, for the cheer. Oh my god, excuse me. Woo! Okay, so, up next, Rob. Tip me $5. What's going on, Rob? It's good to see you on the stream, and I want to say thank you because we had no tips so far today. And like I said, today, guys, the best way to be supportive is by tipping me. I do need the tip support right now because I need help with bills and everything for the next couple of weeks, so please consider tipping me if at all you can. It's the way that's going to help me the most. Thank you, Rob, for the $5 tip. And he says, just wanted to let you know that UK boxing promoter Eddie Hearn has officially signed KSI and Logan Paul to his American promotional arm. Ridiculous. Well, I don't know anything about that at all. At all. So, ooh, 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 ooh. Oh, man. That was a good stretch. Anyway, I don't really care. I don't know anything about it, and I don't care. I don't care about KSI. I don't care about Logan Paul. I don't care about these two idiots boxing the shit out of each other for internet attention, since you do stupid shit like that when you're dying for attention. You can't get it through valid means. Good on them, I guess. Who gives a fuck? Not me. So, there you go. But thank you for the $5 tip, Rob, and getting stuff started with tips, since we had none so far today. Okay? The Last Rambo cheered again. He says, oh, come on. I remember some highlighted reviews like Evolve, The Order 1886, and Destiny. Just saying. Yeah, and you remember, those were all... everyone you just featured, or just talked about, was an edited review. You're right. Those were all heavily edited, lots of work reviews. You're talking about... I remember The Order 1886 and Evolve. Those were 2016. That was the year when I had KO Gaming, and I was working my ass off to put out content for it. And I liked doing it. I told you guys, I liked doing the edited videos. And they caught on. People liked the quality of the edited videos that I put on YouTube. They thought that they were quite good. But YouTube fucked it up. YouTube ruined the fucking site. You know, there's not a hell of a lot I could do about that, guys. When YouTube destroys their own business model, I can't help it. Alright? And I can't. I just don't have the time or the means to do those kind of reviews anymore. I'm sorry. I have to keep streaming. This is how I make my living now. Okay? Thank you, Phantom Ghost Robo, for that nice sentiment. He says, hope you have a great day in the stream. Thank you for that. Alright, so now what I'd like to do is a couple things. First of all, let's take a look at the sub count, because we actually had a lot of subs this stream. Okay? We're up to 544 subs. We went up a single sub. Even though it said all these people subscribed, it says we only went up one sub. Well, we're 31 subs away from hitting the monthly goal, which is the Halloween Horror Marathon event. You'll be able to nominate and vote on horror-themed games and on the category Costume I'll Wear if we hit the monthly goal of 575 subs. So please consider subscribing this month, especially because it's half price for newcomers. All right? Now, what I'd also like to do is give a shout-out to the top cheerers who had just started this leaderboard. For those who don't know, there's a cheering stats leaderboard that's built right into the Twitch chat, and this updates automatically via your cheers. And what I would like to do is give credit to those who have cheered so far this week. So, first of all, in 6th place, we have Vash7342. A tie for 4th place between Atlas Telemon and Nihilistic Wishlist. In 3rd place, The Last Rambo. 2nd place is Darktonius. And in 1st place so far this week, Golden Colts. Keep in mind, the week is new and fresh. So, thank you for that, guys, very much. Okay? Alright. So that looks like it's it. It looks like contributions have slowed down. So I guess what we're going to do now is we're going to we're going to swap over and we're going to play GTA 4. We're going to continue on with the playthrough. I don't remember how much is left in the game. I don't think we're beating it today. I think there's more to the game. I think it's probably going to be like maybe 2 more sessions before we beat it. I think. So we'll see. But it should be fun. I like GTA 4. I like Nico Bellic. The plot's about to get pretty fucking serious, if I remember anything correctly here. And I hope you guys are looking forward to this, okay? So, GTA 4. And then tonight, Man of Medan. Again, one final reminder, everyone. If you are going to contribute today, please consider tipping me. I need the help right now with tips. So please consider tipping me so I can put that towards bills for the next couple of weeks. Thank you for a great pre-stream. And I think now it is time to start with GTA 5. Sounds good? Alrighty then, let's do it. Thanks everyone.